Oh, it's beach fight! Chat's gonna type a smiley face because it's beach fight, not because of the subs. But, I don't know. Maybe. Live your life, chat. Alright, scoreboard is updated. This map is pretty insane. So there's hunt in the north, and berries. And there's hunt and berries in the south. You have gold in the corners, and that's always visible. And then there's also goats out here in this quicksand-looking region. So at the start, you'll actually see players looking for goats. You start with pre-built farms, so you want to bring the goats in. You have the farms, you have the berries, you have a lot of res, except for long-term gold. And there's also no stone on this map. So 8 tiles of gold per player. Lots of food to come by. In the blue, we have Lix. Lix is playing as the Chinese. His pocket, again, is Mr.Yo. Mr.Yo is playing as the Slavs. In the teal, we have Paladin. Paladin is playing as the Aztecs. Again, now, he doesn't not have a Paladin civ. He has a civ that doesn't even get horses. Like, you might as well make your name Archer instead of Paladin. In the red, we have Lan, who's playing as the Malay. His pocket is Miguel. Miguel is Huns. And then against, with Miguel on the left side, we have Britons for Dogao. Cool. Alright, so I think I would give a lot of goats to the Briton player because they do get a sheep bonus. That's already happening. I see Miguel has sent some his way. And I wonder what the team strategy will be. There is an open area in the middle, but typically you're going to see teams wall. You'll see them wall around here, and you also can't build on this terrain. Okay, so no building whatsoever there. I've seen teams use the hunt. I have seen teams use the gold. This tends to be pretty crazy. And also, I've seen a lot of YOLO moves, which I think suits the Chinese players and definitely suits Aztecs. So maybe Eagles, maybe Monks, maybe Siege. The downside there is that Eagles, of course, cost a lot of gold, as do Monks, so it would need to pay off early. Alright. I'm gonna drink some water, chat. Yeah, so Paladin is otherwise known as Fangzing, and he's been around the community for a long time, so it would be well past the point where he could ever change his name. I just kind of find it funny for this tournament. Really impressed with his level. I don't know. I think in some ways, for high-level Age of Empires players, it's like riding a bike. Like, there's been players returning to the game recently, like Capoch, for example. And Capoch is like, he's already top 100, and he hasn't been playing for very long. I feel like you get to a certain level, you can just come back and get back into it. Certainly with, I mean, how high you get is different, right? You know, the level has definitely gotten a lot higher, but I think in order to come from, like, not playing a lot of team games, not playing a lot of 1v1s, to get back into top 100, I think it's pretty easy for most people who have been there before. I also think the coordination's huge. Like, Paladin and Yo, they have a pretty good relationship. Lix and Yo, like, all these guys have played together for years. That's something with Dogao and Miguel that I think is there, but they haven't been playing together a lot recently. Which possibly hurts them in small moments. And when I spoke to Miguel, he basically said that he thinks that this team's just going to get stronger because they haven't played as many games with LAN as they have with each other, right? So I think that makes sense. So far, it looks like this will be heavy scout pressure for Miguel. He's the only one on the way to feudal age. He's gone up pretty quickly. A bit of a wall off for him. Excuse me. And so if that wall completes, and then there's a wall here for Dogao, there's a bit of a team wall forming. Also thinking about walling around the outer edge. Can we just appreciate how Lix built his mill as part of the wall? I like that. You don't see that too frequently from high-level players. That's pretty funny. What's the play for Yo? To me, it looks like Fast Castle. Well, maybe they're expecting the same from the other team, because that was pretty common when I saw it previously. But Fast Castle with walls is what you need. He is not... Wait a second. Lix will wall here. He will house here. There's a house there from Yo. Meaning that the only exposed area for them would be this region. Still feel like they've got to get some buildings up there. Okay, so Miguel has gone to feudal age so he can apply some pressure. He also has Dogao with him. He also has land with him. And I think this is a panicky wall. Like, they're all signaling it now. Heresy knows that they're through. If they are able to take out this eagle, they are through with 3 scouts. I don't see what this wall does. Oh my god, wait a second. Okay, Yo knew. Yeah, I'm not sure. Like, Paladin doesn't see this wood line. Well, soon after I was talking about the great communication between the Chinese players, I'm getting a bit antsy for them. Yo is just now getting Loom. And he could lose villagers, Loom or not, to all the scouts that are showing up here. This villager's probably dead. It'd be quite close. Okay, Miguel changed his target. So far, Miguel has arrived with 2 scouts. Can they do enough damage here, Heresy? Dogao, he's going fast castle into crossbow. He can't contribute, and then land, same thing. So, I guess the difference right now is just the fact that Miguel is going for feudal age aggression, and Yo is playing extremely defensive. Risky to do this. He's actually off of gold. He can't fast castle properly. Alright, Lix is fast castling. And then we also have fast castle from Paladin. I think this is really sloppy from Yin Yang. Because if they're able to get those walls up, then they're fine. Then you have Miguel knocking on the door. But they just left this area wide open, which is someone's fault. I don't know if it's Yo or Paladin, but somebody needed to wall that. It's a bit silly if you ask me. I think this is all panic time for Yo. He tries to force down a barracks. He's not sure what he can do. Only good thing for Yo is he's still going to have the food and the wood income. He can maybe get enough gold to go up. Maybe if he makes a few spears now, he'll be good. But I don't think there's a lot stopping Lan or Dogao from coming through with a few archers there. I'd like to see Lan just delete this part of his wall or make a gate here and just send in... Wait a second, what is he doing? Actually, I don't know what he's up to just yet. He might actually be going for monks. But yeah, send something through here. 2 archers would help Miguel so much. 1 archer. 1 archer sits outside the walls, and then the villas have to leave. The scouts get kills. We'll see. Hey, Strode, I'm doing good, man. These games have been good to us today. Stream title is still Secret vs. Suomi. Figured you might want to know. If that's still the case, maybe mods could change that. If it's not still the case, then you might need to refresh. I'm not sure which one. I think the title, you probably just need to refresh. Thank you for letting me know. Cool. Thank you anyways. Is Lan going monks? Because he didn't make a barracks. He's pretty heavy on golds. Okay, he's making a stone gate. Or was making a stone gate. The Dogao is coming this way with his archers. I think we're about to see siege and monks from a lot of players. We'll see siege and monk from Paladin too. But guys, the momentum that Heresy have at the moment is huge. This is crazy. You could argue that maybe Miguel went a little bit heavy on the scouts. But it's not a bad thing to have some scouts if monks and siege are going to be out. They do very, very well against that. I think Lix is almost forced to loop his archers around to save Yo or to save Paladin. Instead of going forward, I think he has to. Because getting here would mean he'd have to delete his walls, which might be a mistake. Heresy know that they need to win 3-0 or 3-1 to move on. They could do it. They could definitely do it. They're in a great position here. It's very uncommon you see a team so far ahead at this stage of a game, but I guess on this map it should be more common. It's a big mistake from Yin Yang to not wall. Huge mistake to not wall. Now we have Britain crossbows denying that stable. Okay, are they aware that Lan's forward? They don't know! Well, actually, hold on. Who has Karto? He has Karto. Does he know? They don't know! So Yo's thinking, I'm just gonna flood knights, and we can do this, but there's already monks here. 2 monks already. Will soon be 3. Will soon be 4. Redemption's in 2. With Redemption, monks can convert siege. Alright. Oh, there's a monk now for Paladin. Wow. Wow, I heard a few villagers die on the left side. Okay, Redemption's in. This is not something you can see. You only know about Redemption once this happens. And oh man! Converted a Mangonel, then killed a Mangonel, and now look at Dogal's micro. Sickening. Alright, Yo will have some knights. Will he have enough? There's siege here, there's monks here, there's crossbows here. And now at this point, it's going to be increasingly difficult for Paladin to find gold. Because you only get 8 tiles, and now he has 4 tiles denied. Miguel has gone for the Light Cav upgrade. Light Cav are amazing against monks. He's diving in there. The monks will likely hop inside the TC. Whoop! The 15 or so odd villagers that were just on berries are getting attacked now. That's how bad the situation is. This is great for Heresy. Very clean play. They've taken the Aztec player completely out of it on a map where you normally see a lot of monks. And now if they have monk siege, they should be... With proper conversions, this game is over. Let's just put it that way. With proper conversions, the amount of punishment that Lan and Dogal are about to dish out is too hard to stop. That's only with proper conversions, though. The thing about monks is you have to click them properly, and they're really slow, they're really expensive. So if the monks were in here, it's a fight that maybe Mr.Yo could consider taking after chain barding. Wait a second. Yo's gonna loop... Oh! So they delete that house. I feel like this is something that they will see, though. Okay, they notice it. Heresy, that is. Alright, it's worth pointing out that Dogal is separating himself from Lan. That's not normally a wise move. This is just like the previous game, isn't it? Wait a second. Was that just deleted? Or did they kill a palisade wall? Surely they must have killed it. This is just like the previous game where Yin Yang thinks they're behind, so they're just going to go YOLO and see what happens. I mean, still, you have Mr.Yo in an awful position. The forward barracks now. However, here comes Paladin, and Paladin has not Heresy, excuse me. He has Redemption, and he converts 2 Mangonels. I need to look over here at the same time. This is getting pretty crazy. And those Mangonels just get deleted then. And notice that Lix is in that left corner on golds. Oh, Heresy, you're in such a good spot. Do not throw this. You're in such a good spot. Do not throw this. And Dogal still, just like the previous game, seems to be playing pretty clean, though. Also has a TC up here in the gold, as does Miguel, and I think Miguel's been on 3 town centers. So Miguel has 51 villagers, whereas Yo has 41. So Miguel's still booming like crazy. He was probably getting a bit worried there, but I think with Dogal's help, he's fine. It's still not a great position for Yo. Okay, 1 for 1. He'll take it. He will take it. Yeah, this will get cleaned up. Good attempts from Yo and Lix, though. I think that was the right play for them. What's that saying about the definition of insanity? Oh, the monks! Oh my goodness! Lan got atonement, so he could convert the monks. And then whatever monks were remaining, Miguel cleaned up with the Light Cav. Oh, and Lix just gets massacred twice. Oh, man. I mean, Lix could take out the monks, though. This is a bit awkward. We're just here to preach to you, okay? Just say no. Just say no to us. You don't have to kill us. If you don't like the gospel, you don't like the gospel. This is unnecessary. That was great value from the crossbows. I know he lost the crossbows, but still. So many monks went down. But still, I don't think it matters when you have someone like Dogal playing so beastly. 2 TCs, constant production, 8 range crossbows. And what's left? Yo has 2 knights? 3 knights? Maybe soon 4 or 5? You still have the awkward position for Paladin, who isn't able to take this gold. Still will have some more monks coming forward. Are they going to do the same thing? They're going to do the same thing as last time. Or Lix's, anyways. I think it'd probably be a fine move for Heresy to wall this. Because this is a good fight for Lix. Suddenly the numbers that Dogao has in the front are not an issue. And suddenly Heresy are going to be chasing a little bit. This is amazing for Lix. Really good fight. Dogao's looping back this way. I think it might end up trapping this army again, but it's just a way to come back, right? However, Lix loses those reinforcements. Yeah, I think Heresy will still clean this. Just a few things you've got to lock down, like Yin Yang found a way in the previous game to go for some YOLO move and come back, and it's certainly the type of map for it. Why are lions out here? Is this necessary? The lions crack me up. Oh no, Lix is gonna lose his crossbows! First he's gonna kill as many monks as possible. But he loses all those crossbows. I'm waiting for an imp time for Dogao or maybe even Lan. Most likely it's gonna be Dogao. It looks like he has the resources to do it. You will not see an Imperial Age for Lix. Actually, I lied. It looks like he's pretty close. Oh! No! Oh, Dogao? That was almost so bad. I thought he would lose more to that Mangonel shot. All 3 players for Heresy are in their corner right now. Ugh! Man, Dogao is playing with fire. He's on his way to the Imperial Age. Now, obviously, he's going to have confidence. It's 8 range for the Britain crossbows. And it is only 7 range for the Mangonels, but still. It's a lot of monks there. The monks have 9 range. You need to wait for that additional range. And I think if you're Yo and Paladin, you need to continue to push past this. And Lix just came. Lix just arrived out of nowhere. Suddenly, I'm not seeing a lot from Miguel. And Dogao is about to lose all of his crossbows. Lands an imp for what? Onager? Monk Tex? Oh my god. This is not good for Heresy. They're losing the middle. They're losing everything they have in the middle, and I don't know what Lan gains from the Imperial Age, or what Dogao gains from the Imperial Age, if they don't have military. I see there are knights over here. Okay, they have +2. That's massive. That's massive. He arrives here, he can actually take out TCs. I was really beginning to worry for Heresy until I saw this. But what happens to Miguel if all of his stables get converted? That's a lot of monks there. It's also quite a few units, which will soon be arbalest for Lix. How much does the gold matter here? I guess something's got to be sent this way, right? You gotta get pikemen, gotta get archers over here to deal with the knights. YOLO monks from Paladin. He's almost through all of his gold. Oh, I hope we see Zalata warriors! Delete the Mangonel. Delete the Mangonel. It's currently being converted. Oh, never mind. The monk was. I lied. I converted one monk. I converted back. I convert one monk. I converted back. This is MBL's favorite scenario in Age of Empires. Oh my god. Ah, so many monks are going down! This is crazy! Woolaloo! This is crazy! But then again, gold access is being denied. What is happening? Guys, I think Yin Yang are winning this somehow. I don't know how, but I feel like they're kind of doing it. They're doing the thing. This is ridiculous. The comeback is on. Paladin doesn't have a lot more except for monks, but he is on his way to the Imperial Age. It's really Lix right now. Lix versus Dogao. Dogao lost way too many of his units. And Lix could destroy everything. He could destroy the knights with these arbs. He could destroy the monks. He could destroy Vills, obviously. And now they're going to be back here on gold. So I think Paladin needs to make a run for it with some Vills. Oh! Oh my god! Okay, Yo just lost a lot. Yo's down to 54 villagers now. Great raid from Miguel. Now, you cannot convert monasteries. You can convert any other building. Okay, Paladin. He can't make a Paladin, but he can make a Zlata Warrior from that stable. I think Lix has to continue his push here. Maybe they just want to take care of the buildings first. Guys, look at the score. This is so close. Miguel's forced to continue to create knights. Okay, here come villagers from Paladin. He's going to go over there to that gold. He obviously needs it. 20 arbs against 50. It doesn't matter how much range you have. You can't stop that. I think if score lead is really important to you guys, if score lead's a great indicator of positions in games, I think that Yin Yang is going to have the score lead here in a moment. Look at this fight. This is all before the monk upgrades come in. It doesn't matter with this many arbalest. Oh, Dogao's losing so much. And now Miguel's going to take losses too. No way. I can't believe this is happening. There will be nothing remaining for Miguel. Miguel's base is going to get rammed down. This all-in push from Yin Yang. Again, working to, well, not quite perfection, but working really well. This team is unreal. Alright, Lix has just sent some food to Mr.Yo. That's probably so Mr.Yo can think about the Imperial Age or just making more knights. And you'll see monk upgrades come in now. The stables are going down. Again, another game where Miguel's eco is getting hit. Yo's untouched. Actually, Arb switch for land's pretty huge. Arb switch for land's a pretty big deal. Dogal's getting his numbers back up to 30. It's only 38 for Lix, so the Britain range matters now. And you have Arbs from land. So actually, maybe they'll hold it. You have monks, you have Arbs. And when it was straight monks for land, I wasn't loving it. But this guy, he and Dogao have been in great positions. So no surprise to see a bit of a tech switch. And now a push back from Heresy. Remember, if Heresy lose this game, they're out of Battle of Africa 2, regardless of the result today. They need to win 3-0 or 3-1 to move past this group of death. For Yin Yang, if they win today, they definitely move through, obviously. Or if they just win one more game in this best of 5, they move through. So it's going to be a grind and a half for Heresy. Let's say they win this, it's still going to be a grind and a half for them to win the next 2. But it'd take them one step closer. Mr.Yo is on the way to Imperial Age. So I think they're going to fall back and unfortunately take losses and wait for Yo to get to Cavalier. Yeah, that's what they're doing. Whereas Miguel, he's actually staying in Castle Age and he's producing army. He has 19. Yo has, like 10? What's it say? 12. I mean, it's 66 military for Lix, but it's 67 for Dogao and 50 for land. So way more military. Like someone's going to get wrecked here. Either it's Paladin that gets wrecked, and he's actually going to switch into Eagles, which is great, but not against 120 ranged units. Yes, or somebody else. Speaking of getting wrecked, I see that Mr.Yo is sending his knights towards that gold corner. And Lix is just going to wait here and try and help the team. 70 arbs for him now. Yo will have to get out of here with whatever villagers he can. However, he's going to get armor. He's going to get cav. And I wonder if he waits or if he just dives in beforehand. Might as well. Might as well fight before those upgrades. Because I think it's... I mean, they need to do as much damage as early as they can. There's no stone on this map. There's no stone. So if you want a castle, you have to buy it. So that nerfs a lot of civilizations, like Mongols, for example, who could take advantage of the hunt. They can't get a castle up from Engadai. Oh, man. Oh, villagers are dying over here on golds. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hello, game. Okay, the game just started to lag for somebody. Yo is taking these fights before he gets Cav. Jeez, that was quite bad. Thanks to E. Now, the players experienced that. They probably paused at that moment. Oh my goodness. This is sick. This is sick, but I think having the Cav in front might do it. Oh man, and also the conversions over here for Paladin. He converted a decent amount. And he'll have Eagles. The Cav over here have stopped raiding. It's so peaceful over there, though. I'd prefer to be a villager there instead of a villager here. Can Yo afford to produce, though, guys? He's barely producing. And now Miguel is 80% of the way to the Imperial Age. If Miguel makes it to the Imperial Age, he has way more economy than Yo. And he's probably producing knights as we speak. So I think the Cavalier numbers will be even, if not higher, for Miguel. And Heresy will hold. We still have tons of reinforcements from Dogao. He bought a castle! They bought stone for a castle. Crazy. Well, that will lock down that troublesome position, right? And over here, we have some elephants. We have some arbs. So Lance going for a bit of a push. What? I mean, we had a comeback from Yin Yang, definitely, to even still be alive in this. But what an incredible hold from Heresy. But with the amount of ground they lost, I really felt like they were about to lose the game. I think Miguel's probably got to pick... He's got to pick wisely what side he goes to right now. I think he needs to get over here because this could get out of hand really quickly with these Aztec Elite Eagles. Also, I think it's possible that Paladin could send Eagles to raid the gold miners in the corners. I think both teams should be thinking of doing that. And here comes Miguel to help. Mr.Yo producing quite a few cav. The land's getting hit from both sides right now, and maybe it's another moment for SY to breathe a little bit. I just don't know if you can kill 60, 70 Britain Arbs. It's a small thing, but I'd like to see Dogao sit in arbalest behind this wood line. Like, it would arrange so much of that economy. Alright, they're holding against this. The Eagles are just there to raid, I think, and run past. Lowest population in the game is Mr.Yo at 93. Second lowest is Paladin at 96. So eco is pretty bad for them. No raiding yet. However, here comes one eagle. Okay, he's going to build some barracks up here and just spam eagles there. But the eco is so bad for Paladin. It just got a whole lot worse. Miguel hasn't done much except try and stabilize a bit, and I think it's because Paladin's on the way. And if Paladin comes in, well, Paladin will have nothing to do with Paladin as Aztecs. I think Miguel will probably have the numbers too. He has 46 farmers, so he's gonna have the numbers. He could raid the golds. I mean, there's a few areas he could go. I think they're just waiting for Paladin to kick in now, as we see Yo and we see Lix walking around this way. I think what's concerning, though, is this is where that farming eco is for Miguel. So he's got to get his units in the right spot. Now you have Dogao and you have land. They're chasing. They're chasing. Like, Paladin's going to be in, but Heresy will be defensive with Paladin. That's not good. And now Lix is going to make a move versus Dogao, and Dogao's going to get hit from the other side. It's like they have the units, they're just not getting to the right areas at the right times. This is still very winnable for Yin Yang. Again, another best of 5 where, yeah, Heresy might win, but they're going to realize this is going to be so difficult for us because of how long it's taking for them to kill. However, Paladins are in the gold corner now. I think they need to get halves out, maybe. Maybe Yo can go halberdier. It's hard to justify doing that when Britons have so many archers. Miguel's production is still pretty good. He still has a lot in the queue right now. Still raiding over here. Making me believe in Heresy again. but man, the level is just so insane. The level is just so insane between these teams. Dogal's running all the way back. Miguel's running all the way back to deal with this. The hope here for Yin Yang is that as population comes back to address this, actually, I'd love to see the Arb sit right here. Yeah, perfect. Yep, it's the best spot for them. But yeah, I guess the hope is that they're going to push another area. Maybe a ram push here against Dogal would be the play. Siege Ram is about to come in. And Siege Ram is no joke. Wouldn't it be funny if teams had to trade? So you had to build markets amongst all the animals, and then in your gold corner to trade? What if this game gets to that point? 90 military for Lix with Rams. 90 military for Dogal. He has no siege, except for a Treb. Here comes Miguel. Miguel! Yeah, he just needs enough to deal with the Rams. If he deals with the Rams, then Dogal's fine. But I'm waiting for them to win. You know? Like, I'm still waiting for Heresy to apply the killer blow. I think possibly taking control of the south, building buildings there, and then raiding the left more frequently would be the play. Because there's actually 3 corners right now for Yin Yang. Yo actually has decent farming eco down there, but I think Brazil is just not... They're not interested, or not Brazil, excuse me, Heresy. It's a bad habit of mine. Yeah, I don't think they're at all interested in the food down there because they have farms. This might be it, though. This might be it. There's a lot of paladins. There's a lot of reinforcements. We're talking Britain arbalest against Chinese arbalest, and Britons are better. But now you have Cav and Hussar going in towards land, or at least it was about to happen. And Yo realized how much was there. Crazy game. You're definitely not seeing a lot from Paladin, though. Paladin at 65 population now. And Lix's population's going down. Guys, this is the GG moment. Lix only has 15 military. He has no numbers. Dogal still has 95. Miguel has 37 paladins. Lan has 40 arbs. Surely this is it. I mean, the raiding is happening. That sucks, you know, but they'll deal with that. I don't think that Lix can deal with the lack of numbers he has right now. The numbers say this game should be over. Right here. That's what the numbers say. We need to see some siege. We need to see some real conviction and follow-up from Dogal and Miguel on the left. Not even capped ram. Okay, this is stupid, but there's a lot more gold on the left side than there is the right. What if they run out of gold? I mean, Heresy should just kill with the gold income they've gotten. Right? I've been waiting for that. Paladin's down to 65 pop, and he could be down to 30 in a second, but nah, there's no way that'll ever happen, right? Numbers say yes, but what does the fox say? Oh, Maganel! That was actually a good Maganel shot. Really good Maganel shot. Guys, Yo has a lot of Hussars in the queue. They're not quitting. No way. Halbs now for the Paladins. What's Lan up to? 114 pop. He's not producing anything right now. He's only producing Malay light cav. Malay have the worst light cav in the game, so that should give you an idea. And now Mr.Yo's over here. How? Just like 2 trebuchets here. They didn't lose the castle, right? 2 trebs. Look at Dogal's resources. I'm sorry to be critical, but rams, trebs, some form of siege. Okay, now he has a treb on the way. Okay, Maganel shot lands, but it's just a Maganel against Arbalest. They don't have a Saracen bonus, but they have enough Arbs where they can just attack the TC. Heresy, finish it off. Finish it off. Take this to game 3. Tie it up. Get some momentum. 13,000 wood in the bank for Dogao. 15 arbalest in the queue with 800 gold. I just don't know if Yo can hold this with his team. Remember, Paladin's not contributing too much. He's actually just making pikes. He's gonna raid with eagles. This is a ridiculous game. I'm like near speechless at this point. It only has 85 pop. There was a time where he had 80 or 90 arbs. He doesn't have that now. Yo will make a, he is making a castle here. He has made a castle, but there's a Treb on the other side. And I think, well, you know, knowing Yo, he might run right through that gate and take out the Treb. So they can hold this. This tournament is just insane. There he is. There's Dogao. There we go. Okay, 40 arbs hitting the farming eco for Yo now. While Yo will also probably lose this castle. He had to buy that castle. That was expensive. Yin Yang will not. They have no quit. They have no quit in them. They're not quitting at all. They're probably, you know, they're probably looking at that corner, thinking they're gonna run out of gold soon. And oh no, the Treb! You've got to be kidding me. Just because those Trebs just got sniped, it's gonna be so much more difficult for Dogao and Miguel to push here. I think Miguel needs to send his paladins over to the corner. They need to hit the corner. And maybe bring land, bring some arbs with you to take out any halbs, but... this is just a reminder that Yin Yang were the 7th seed in this tournament. The 7th seed. They're playing pretty good for a 7th seed. Man. Jeez. Alright, here are Eagles. Now, guys, I think the Arbs are going to be fine. Aztec Eagles, I know they get that extra attack, but you need a castle to get the unique tech. Not good against Paladins and not good against this many Arbs. Is this the killer blow? Is this it for Heresy? Now, they've just sent a lot of their population towards the corner, meaning they're going to lack population elsewhere. Now, Miguel still has 50 military. He still has a solid queue. And Yo will lose that castle. Only thing he did with that was research conscription and buy some time. Yeah, so now the Paladins are here. Miguel, beautiful micro. Pulls back the Paladins because he knows then the halbs will be led into the arrow fire. Is this it now? Will Yin Yang give it up now? Because they are going to lose all of their military in this corner. Which then means they will lose their gold. Is this the moment? We now have a raid from Paladin. He has brought in capped rams, pikemen, and eagles out of nowhere to ram down land's eco. By the way, gold situation. The 2 tiles of gold that's remaining is getting raided right now. If Yin Yang win this, no way. What is happening? How? How are they alive? This is unbelievable. Unbelievable. But there's still a strong follow-up every single time. So, yes, at this point, Heresy's out of gold. There is a strong follow-up with Arbs, and they have Siege here. Lands down to 98 pop. This is gonna stream into Miguel's farming eco as well. I guess Miguel has some gold there. This is ridiculous. If Miguel loses his paladins, like, you have to look at all the gold units that are in the field right now, and I think this batch is crucial for Heresy. Again, reminder that if Heresy lose this game, not even this series, they are out of Battle of Africa 2 regardless of how the best of 5 goes. But yeah, like, this batch of paladins and arbalest. The Trebs. Everything. If it dies, and it's dying, this is one of the greatest comeback. I'm speechless. I'm freaking speechless. How? Where are they getting the resources, man? This is unbelievable from Yin Yang. Unbelievable. Yo he's making Lan is making skirmishers against Eagles. Siege Ram is in. The push is coming in. Lan's gonna lose everything. This team is on another level. They won against Secret 3-2 in the group. They won against Suomi 3-2 in the group. Which actually, they only got 2 points for winning that, because if you win 3-2, the loser gets 1 point and the winner gets 2. So they're actually in a position where if they don't win today, there is potential that things could be bad for them. However, going into this game and all the best of fives today, I felt like Yin Yang has had the best form. But the group of death is called the group of death for a reason. And all the teams are good. It's just so unfortunate they had to be in the same group. And go! These arbalests are a group of death. Oh no. The score is getting closer. The game is getting closer. There's no gold in this corner anymore. There's one tile, sorry. And Yin Yang are somehow pushing back. I don't understand. Well, Dogao, throughout this whole game, has kept really high army numbers. Except, he had gold income. Okay, wait a second. Did he just sell wood? Can you guys look at that? Like, somebody look at the clip. What's the price of wood right now? Wait, he doesn't have a market. I need to go... Oh, he does have a market. Okay, wood... the sell price isn't the worst. I think Dogao sold wood. Are we gonna see trade in this game? We're gonna see frickin' trade. Are you kidding me? And remember what I said earlier. If China have 3 corners secured, that blocks off the trade. I mean, they don't really have... It's not like a normal game where you have the corners secured with castles. Wow. The use of trash units from Yo. You know, wood is a real concern, but the use of trash units with hussars and halbs has been insane. It's hitting the right spots. Guys, Dogao, his units are going to get surrounded here by eagles. Lan continues to lose population. He's only at 60, and Miguel's at 110. Did Yin Yang just pull this off? Thanks to E-pathing, by the way, as 99% of these units are not engaging. But there's still arbs behind from licks. So they'll end up dealing with them. The eagles will go into the farming eco for Miguel. And trade is started for China, and there's no trade for heresy. So if there's no trade, they're not going to have gold. There was a 2,000 score lead, and now look at it. The score is based on KD. The score is based on population. The score is based on a lot of things, resources you have. But guys, Dogao's down to 100 population. He has 60 vills. He's queuing up skirmishers. That won't work. Look at the trade. Licks, Yo, and Paladin are insane. I can't believe what I'm seeing here. I still can't believe it. I literally made the joke of, oh, it'd be funny if trade became a factor because there's the southern corner, there's farms down there. It actually has become a factor. Dang, man. I mean, at this point, Heresy probably already feel frustrated. They're probably feeling down, but now they see the score switch. Also, you can see the trade. So you can always see the gold corner. So they can see, that the enemy is trading. Yo has the appropriate amount of halberdiers there to defend or, you know, be very close to defending. And Miguel's now down below 100 pop. Dogal's close to it. And Lan has been at 60, making Malay light cap because there's nothing else he can make without gold. This is one of the most impressive comebacks I've ever seen. This team game right here. I don't know, like, were they using cheat codes? There's been a few cheaters recently. Were they using the supplies bug? Like, how did they get the resources? That's my question. How? Obviously, they were not cheating. I'm not throwing any accusations. It'd be pretty obvious if they were. But, like, Heresy did not play a bad game. But the game is over. Unbelievable. Okay, so there's a few things I want to look at. First off, there were a few relics on this map. I noticed that Paladin had 2, and as Aztecs, that can be pretty helpful. Another thing I want to look at immediately is the food difference between Yo and Miguel. And just all the resources, everything. Ah, wow. He was spamming non-stop Hussars. He was spamming Halbs, basically just to hold against wave after wave after wave after wave of gold units. Wave after wave. And he held 55,000 food collected. And Miguel only had 37,000 food collected. Now you had Dogal, I assume, sending all of his food over to Miguel, because that would make sense. 11,000 resources sent was probably maybe a bit of wood and a lot of food, so the difference might not have really been there in the fight. But in terms of food collected, that was huge. Lakes collected a lot of gold, but Dogal was right behind him. Guys, for me, there were moments, many, many moments in this game where Heresy could have went in for the kill. And there was one thing they didn't mix in when they needed it. I think you all know what it is, too. They were probably so far ahead, they felt like the GG was coming in at any moment. And I don't know how still, it was still one of the most incredible holds you'll ever see. But Siege! Yeah, Heresy needed Siege. It's easy to say now. But I think that they felt as though they would have had the numbers, and they had numbers to push, and they couldn't. If they added even capped ram, like capped ram, 4 or 5 trebs at certain points, it would have been great. But I don't want to take anything away from... Look! This looks like a community game timeline, only the lower rated players didn't get sniped 30 minutes in. Like, that is an unbelievable timeline. There were multiple players who dipped down below 100 pop. There were multiple players who lost eco just to reboom. There were many players who lost military just to reboom, like Lix. Lix was a beast in this game. Absolute beast in this game. Like, Yo's eco was only protected because of Lix. Lix was on all sides with his arbs. You could say the same for Dogal, but Dogal just... I felt like while he had the numbers, he just didn't have the population in critical areas. And when he arrived to where he needed to be, I always felt like Siege needed to back it up.